Hello, friends. I hope each one of you are safe, sound, healthy, and indoors. And I also hope that each one of you are really enjoying the work from home culture that COVID 19 has given us over the past 1 month. So let us begin. I'll share the screen for you. Well, I'm C. Aditya Jaiswal, and I am present before you to deliberate on the topic Married Women's Property Act 1874, also known as the MWP Act, and efficient protection against attachment of assets. Yes, friend, it is indeed an efficient protection against attachment of assets. How? We'll go through in this video. Let us begin. Friends, you'll be surprised or rather shocked or rather amazed to know that 146 years has passed by since the inception of this act, but still almost 90% of the total people are not aware regarding the benefit of this act or regarding the immense benefit and shield that this act provides. I'll be discussing in brief all the provisions and benefits of this act, and I'll request each one of you to kindly watch this video till the end so that you can understand the concept of MWP and you can take the benefits in the distant future. Let us begin with a brief introduction. Prior to 1874, before this act came into force, the condition of women, especially with regard to the properties that they inherited after the death of their husband and also before the death, was very disappointing. The government failed to provide any sort of protection to the assets that these women inherited from their husbands. So, in order to protect the assets of women, this act came into power. Married Women's Property Act 1874 is a legal tool to protect your family against unfortunate circumstances. The benefit of this act is not applicable in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir will be included in the list shortly. As of now, it's not included. Life insurance was included in MWPA in the year 1923. We'll be discussing the life insurance aspect in details in the upcoming slides. The assets secured under MWP would be encumbrance free. I repeat, encumbrance free, which means protection of assets against creditors, protection against tax authorities, protection against liquidation of assets, protection under any other attachments. In short, the assets or the investments or the insurance that have MWP attached to it are totally encumbrance free. That is, it cannot be attached by any creditors, any tax authorities, any court for repayment of the loans. Let us see in the upcoming slides why MWPA. This is a very important slide. Why was the need of MWP or why MWP has become so important these days? Let us see. In today's era of globalization, a huge percentage of our population are exposed to some sort of loan or the other, be it a huge loan or a small consumer durable loan. Today, getting loan has become much more easier than it was in the past. Interest rate has dropped, and almost all or almost most of us are exposed to some sort of loan, be it a small loan like a consumer durable loan or a big loan like a LAP or a business loan. There has been several cases where it has been observed that on account of sudden demise of the principal earner of the family, the loans taken by the demised person are recovered by attaching his personal assets like properties, investments, insurance, etc. His family who are left behind are often forced to lead a miserable life after his death. There has been several cases wherein the principal earner of the family was exposed to some sort of loan, and on account of his sudden demise, the creditors and the banks and the lenders, they often attach his personal properties investment, and if these properties and investments were not enough to clear the loan off, then the proceeds that would come from the insurance maturity was also getting attached and was used to clear off the debts. So this is where the extreme importance and urgency of MWPA comes into place. The assets with MWPA attached with it is 100% encumbrance free, That is, it cannot be attached to pay any of the creditors. In such cases, even after the death of the principal earning member of the family, his wife and children will not be deprived of the insurance claim that he has taken for the benefit of his wife and children. In a nutshell, the properties, investments, insurance, etc., which have MWPA attached to it are totally encumbrance free. No power in the world can attach these assets even after the death of the proposer, and these are exclusive assets held for the benefit of the wife and children of the proposer. Let us move on. What is the MWPA Act? The MWPA Act is actually huge, but we'll be discussing Section 6 because Section 6 is the most important section that provides immense benefit to us. So what does Section 6 tells? Under this Act, Section 6 highlights its importance. The definition has been provided under Section 6. The definition was a bit long, so I had to break it down into bullet points so that we could easily understand and comprehend. A policy of insurance affected by a married man on his own life and expressed on the face of it to be for the benefit of his wife or children or any of them shall insure and be deemed to be a trust for the benefit of his wife or children or any of them according to the interest so expressed, and shall not be subject to the control of the husband or his creditors or form part of his estate. The definition may look a bit complicated, but it's very easy. I'll break it down further and explain it to you. This policy should be taken by a married man on his own life, and it should be expressed on the face of it that the policy is for the benefit of his wife or children, or both, and the maturity proceeds or the death claim shall be payable only to the beneficiaries, that is the wife or children or both, and the policy shall not be subject to the control of the husband or his creditors or form part of his estate. Meaning, in case the personal properties of the husbands are attached, these policies will remain exclusive because it will not form a part of his estate. So this cannot be attached by any creditors, and also the proposer or the husband will not have control over this policy. It will be exclusively for the benefit of his wife and children. Understanding Section 6 of MWP Act 1874, an estate can be created for the exclusive benefit of the wife and children of a married, widower, or a divorced man by buying a life cover for himself. A deemed trust is assigned the responsibility of managing the estate. Money held in the trust cannot be attached by creditors, even through a civil court decree. Only wife and or major children can be beneficiaries under the same. If the policy is taken by a divorced or a widowed man, he can name his major children as the beneficiaries. If any of his child or children are not major, then he needs to appoint a third person who will hold charge until his children gains majority. Okay, let's move on. Mechanics of MWP Act. This is very important. This is actually how the MWP Act works. Let us see. MWPA can be attached to all term insurance policies and most of the life insurance policies at the inception stage, excluding pension plans and child plans. The benefit of MWPA can be attached to all life insurance policies and term insurance policies, excluding child plans and pension plans. And we must take note that the benefit can be taken only at the inception of the policy and not at any later stage. A deemed trust is created and entrusted with the responsibilities of managing the estate created through the life insurance policy. We have used the term deemed trust because we don't need to register a trust separately. Once the proposer signs the MWP declaration, a trust immediately gets formed, and therefore we have used deemed trust because no separate registration of the trust is required. The trustee may be an individual 18 years or above, two or more person, or any organization. In case a claim arises, the benefit is to be paid to the trust, which in turn pays it to the beneficiaries. A policy with MWPA becomes a trust property and hence cannot be used for financial gains. It is governed under the provision of Indian Trust Act 1882. Moving on. Merits of a policy under MWPA. We have been discussing the merits in different slides. So I have just summed up under this slide so that all the benefits come under one roof. So these are the benefits. It creates an encumbrance-free state for our family. It ensures savings for the exclusive use of our family. It minimizes the impact of any issues in case of debt-related issues on our family. It provides us complete peace of mind as our family is financially secure, even when we may not be around. The fourth point is very important, which states the clause regarding the peace of mind. We all buy insurance cover to offer protection to our families in case of contingencies when we are not around. So any insurance policy or any investment with MWP attached to it can ensure complete peace of mind to us, as we are rest assured that these assets will not be attached in the worst circumstances, and this shall remain the exclusive property in the hands of the wife and children of the proposer. Moving on, who can opt for insurance under MWPA? This is very important. A resident of India and, I repeat, a resident of India and a married man can take an insurance policy under the MWPA. By and, we mean that both the conditions should be satisfied. He must be a resident of India and he must also be a married man. He can also purchase the policy if he is a widower or a divorcee. In such a scenario, he may name his children as beneficiaries. We have discussed this earlier. However, the benefit can only be availed while taking the policy, that is at the inception of the policy, and that too if it is bought in the name of married man. If a married man takes a policy in the name of his wife or children, the benefit of MWPA will not be available, and the benefit should be exercised, or the MWPA form should be filled at the inception of the policy and not at any later stage. Moving on, I have prepared a Q&A slides because there might be some questions that might have cropped up. So we'll discuss through the question and answers module. Let us begin. What are the life insurance plan that we can take under MWPA? MWPA can be attached with all term and life insurance plan except child plans and pension plans of all life insurance companies. All life insurance companies registered under IRDA can provide you benefit of MWPA, and all policies, life and term policies, are included except child plans and pension plans. Moving on, can the beneficiary declared by the proposer at the inception of the policy under MWPA changed by the proposer during the policy period? This is very important. I repeat once again. Can the beneficiary declared by the proposer at the inception of the policy under MWPA changed by the proposer during the policy period? The answer is no. At any stage of the policy, beneficiary can't be changed. Once the beneficiary is provided at the inception of the policy, it cannot be further amended. Can the benefit of MWPA be taken under any existing policy? We have discussed it earlier. The benefit cannot be taken for existing policies. It can only be taken for new policies, and that too at the inception of the policy. Can loans be availed against policies attached with MWPA? We all know that we can avail loan after a certain period of time against the life insurance policies. Now the question is that whether policy is issued under MWPA, loans can be taken. The answer is no. Loans cannot be taken for such policies attached with MWPA. Next question, can policies issued under MWPA be surrendered? We all are aware that we can surrender the insurance policies after expiry of certain time limit. So policies issued under MWPA can also be surrendered, but there are a few conditions. Firstly, the policyholder need to take the consent of the beneficiary, and the beneficiary should not be a minor while signing the declaration. If the beneficiary is a minor, the proposer needs to wait till the beneficiary attains a majority, and then he needs to get it signed by the beneficiary. And also one more important thing to note is the proceeds from the surrender of the policy will be payable only to the beneficiary. We have discussed it earlier. The policyholder has no control over the policy, and it's only for the benefit of the beneficiary, which is his wife or children, as the case may be. Moving on. Why people don't take policies under MWPA? This is very important, and this is one of the emerging questions. Despite of several advantages, why people are not taking policies under MWPA? The primary reason or the main reason is unawareness regarding the MWPA Act, its benefits and applicability. People are simply not aware regarding the MWPA Act or regarding the provisions that MWPA Act has, and so they are not taking policies under the MWPA. Another reason might be people who want to keep the control of their life insurance policies with themselves generally do not prefer to take policies under MWPA. This is because after taking policies under MWPA, they will not have any control over the policy. And moreover, the majority proceeds will be paid to the trust, which in turn will transfer it to the beneficiaries. As stated earlier, the policyholder loses the entire control over the policy, and that is only for the exclusive benefit of the beneficiaries. So many people might not find this attractive and they don't take up this policy. However, it must be noted that since the main aim of life insurance is to protect the interest of family members after the death of the proposer, it is strongly recommended to take policies under MWPA attached to it. We all know life insurance policies are taken to secure protection in case of contingencies, especially when the proposer or when the principal earning of the family member is not around. So it's strongly advisable to take policies with MWP attached to it so that the purpose for which the insurance is taken is actually fulfilled. Moving on to the final slide. I prepared a case study for you. This is a hypothetical case. By going through this case study, by going through the scenario, some of the doubts that might have cropped up will get clear and you'll be able to get a clear picture what are the actual advantages of MWPA. So let us go through the scenario. Mr. Paul, aged 40 years, and his family lives happily in their independent house in Kolkata. His family comprises of his wife, 8-year-old daughter, and 5-year-old son. Mr. Paul is a worried man now. He has borrowed rupees 5 crores to expand his business. He is confident that as long as he lives, he will be able to provide all the comforts to his family. The recent untimely death of his dear friend has really shaken him. His friend's family is fighting in court against creditors to save their assets. He is really worried about his own family. He is looking for a solution to his problem. Let me explain the scenario. Mr. Paul is a good earning man and he has a happy family. The cause of concern to him is that he has borrowed rupees 5 crore to expand his business. However, he is confident that as long as he lives, he'll be able to provide all comfort to his family. The only cause of concern is that what if suddenly something happens to him and what will happen to his family thereafter? Because if something happens to him, the business rolling will get stopped, the repayment of loan will get stopped, and the banks and lending institution will start attaching his personal properties and his family will suffer. So he's looking for a solution to his problem. So we can offer him a solution. A term plan under MWPA can be a separate and exclusive asset for the wife and children. Mr. Paul family could be better placed had there been a policy under MWPA which could not be attached by the creditors. We all know under a term plan, a lump sum amount is payable in case something happens to the proposer. The amount is payable to his family. And a term plan issued under MWPA will be total encumbrance free. Banks, lending institution, creditors will not have control over this policy, and that will be an exclusive asset for the wife and children of the assessee. So this was the case. I hope you understood the case. One more question is that how do we take the benefit of MWPA? It is very simple. Whenever you buy any insurance covered, basically life and term insurance covered, just inquire your personal insurance advisor and just ask them to give you the MWPA form. It is a one-pager form wherein you need to just sign it and fill in the details of the beneficiaries, and you can enjoy the benefit of MWPA Act to your entire life. I hope I had a good session, and in case of any query, please mention that queries in the comment below, or you can also contact me in the email IDs and Facebook link given there. Thank you. Stay safe, stay indoor, and work from home.